Hi, everybody. I just want to introduce to you this book and this summer contentment project that we're inviting everyone to participate in. And the book is titled The Power of Christian Contentment. The subtitle is Finding Deeper, Richer, Christ-Centered Joy. And there's really three reasons that I want to commend this book to you and invite you to pick up a copy and read it this summer. The first one is all of us would benefit from having more contentment. The Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy chapter 6 says that godliness with contentment is great gain. And that means that if you get contentment, you've gained a lot. Right after that, he says, the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pains. And so basically he's saying if we crave things that we don't have and let that craving grow and grow stronger, it's going to lead to great pain. But if we can find contentment with God and the things that He has promised and given to us, it leads to great gain. And you may say, well, what am I going to gain if I get more contentment this summer? Well, here's some of the things you would gain. You would gain more peace in your heart. You would gain more joy. You would also have less anger, less disappointment, and you would have just more hopeful expectations. So that's the first reason I'd encourage you to read this book this summer. The second reason is that contentment really needs to be learned. In Philippians chapter 4:11, Paul wrote, I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. And then a sentence or two later, he says, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance, and need. Well, what this tells us is that even the Apostle Paul, who walked with God so closely, he had to learn contentment. And he didn't just have to learn it one time. He had to learn it in each season of life. When he went into a season of plenty, he needed to learn how to be content there. When he went into a season of hunger, he had to learn how to be content again. So contentment doesn't just come naturally to us. It never has in all of human history. It didn't for Paul, but especially it doesn't come naturally for us in our current culture. In chapter 1 of this book, the author, Andrew Davis, explains that over the past 200 years, we've made all kinds of advances in science and medicine and industry. And the result is we've reduced physical suffering dramatically. We have to deal with so many less problems than people did 300 years ago. But as our kind of physical comfort has gone up, contentment has gone down dramatically. And so we need helpful guides to learning contentment. The third reason I commend this book to you is I just think this book is a helpful guide. The Bible has so much to say about how to find contentment in our day-to-day life. And this book draws on the Bible. It also draws on one of my favorite books written in the 1600s called The Rare Jewel of Christian Contentment by a guy named Jeremiah Burroughs. Almost thought about recommending that book, but it's older English and stuff. This book really learns a lot from that book, but modernizes the ideas and principles and also brings in some things that we need for our day. And so listen to the thesis of this book, what this book's all about. Davis says, my thesis for this book is that Christian contentment is finding delight in God's wise plan for my life and humbly allowing Him to direct me in it. The author says his goal is that we will more consistently display Christian contentment so that in the end, God will be glorified in our daily lives. We will be more joyful and we will be sources of inspiration, and those watching us will seek the Savior through whom alone they can find contentment. So get a copy of this book. You can find it at the bookstore at our church or online anywhere, and sign up and tell us you're reading, and we'll be sending you updates when new videos post as the pastors discuss these truths. All right. God bless you guys.